everybody, and welcome to SVC Sports Weekly, your online audio broadcast hosted by Mike Nosek and Dave Gage, giving you everything Mountaineer Athletics. Dave, we're going to start with women's basketball here. Only had one game last week. They unfortunately fell to New England College at New England College. And they start conference play this week. So I think, given everything that's happened thus far this season, it's still not time for anyone to panic. For all intents and purposes, the non-conference schedule, it helps to get you ready for the conference matchups. And it eventually might come into play when you get to the conference playoffs and tiebreaker scenarios and things like that. But again, this week they start conference play.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. The non-conference games are all for preparation for the conference schedule. And, it's now December, and it's ready. It's go time to play some conference games and see where you fit in and see how well your non-conference schedule prepared you. And I think these three games that they played very good teams. Curry College last week, like you said, New England College is a very, very talented team, and it's gonna give us a chance this week to go out and play two conference games, another non-conference game, and see where we stand. But the other good thing is all three games are at home this week.
Yep, home openers tomorrow night for the men and women's team. The women play at 8 p.m. when Wheelock College comes in, then they play on Thursday versus the Sage Colleges, and then back to conference action on Saturday when Newberry comes in for a 3 p.m. tip. So as we mentioned, this is the real start of the season. This is where putting up a couple wins real quick can put you in the running, get you the momentum going, and unfortunately you get the momentum going into the winter break, but at least you have that momentum coming back.
Yeah, you always want to try to end the first semester with a little bit of a positive note to go into that, winter break and be ready to go when you get back. But it's exactly right. They got a chance this week to get a few wins, hopefully, and get that momentum.
And you look across the conference, and no one else has started conference play, so everyone else only has their overall records, which again only means so much in the long run. This Wheelock game is one where getting a win tomorrow night can really turn things around and really light the fire and get them rolling into more wins in the conference, and then hopefully getting to those conference playoffs.
Yeah, I think this team hasn't won yet with so many freshmen. So maybe that first win ignites some fire and it tells them, hey, we are good enough to win some ball games. So hopefully that's what tomorrow night will do with Wheelock. It'll be a good test. So far, statistically, both teams match up pretty well with each other, but we'll see what happens tomorrow night.
Yeah, like I mentioned, overall records, Wheelock's 0-5 right now. Newberry College, which we face on Saturday, is 2-4. So it doesn't really seem that anyone is really running away early on the season. And again, come conference play, everyone's really right there in the mix together from the get-go. And this week might help to separate some teams and kind of sort that out. But again, no reason for Mountaineer fans to panic. Going over to the men's side, another few tough losses last week. They played a very strong Middlebury team up at Middlebury College back on Tuesday, and then lost 2 games this weekend at the Tri-State Shootout over in RPI, losing to MCLA and the College of St. Joseph's. And a couple tough losses. St. Joseph's was only by 3 points, so I think the frustration might be starting to build within that team, but not to the point where it's potentially hazardous to them going forward.
Yeah, again, same thing. Conference games start this week, and you look at conference records, and all the teams in our conference have faced up against very good teams so far. Elms has played like Westfield State and Springfield and some very good teams, Amherst. We've played Middlebury, Williams. So all of the teams in our conference are competing against quality opponents, and the conference schedule starting this week will help start to separate some things. But again, I think this team's starting to get better. Again, another young team, faced some opponents that they matched up a little bit better with MCLA and College of St. Joseph's this weekend. The Friday game against MCLA, they were in it. They were only down 4 before Tayshawn Johnson picked up his 4th foul, and then, the College of St. Joseph game only lost by 3. So it's a close game. You got to find a way to win now.
Yeah, as Dave mentioned, the men's team opens up conference play this week as well with their home opener tomorrow night. That's Tuesday night at 6 p.m. when they welcome Elms College. Elms is only at 1-5 right now. Then they play Union College here on Thursday at 8 p.m. and back at it Saturday versus Newberry College at 1 p.m. Newberry's 2-4. Again, what do the overall records truly indicate? You got to look at their opponents, and it might not indicate as much as one might believe. So, again, same with the women. Get that first win. Get that momentum rolling. Get conference wins. Now you're starting to look towards the end of the season and where you might finish up in the conference standings going into the postseason.
Yeah, you get on the website and you're 1-0 in conference and you're on top of the standings. That's what really matters. It's you can lose every non-conference game and win every conference game and win the conference tournament. You go to the NCAAs. It really doesn't matter at that point. So it's all about winning these conference games. And nobody wants to lose all the non-conference games, but it's that preparation. And they've faced some very good teams so far, and we'll see how well it helps them out.
Yeah, again, doubleheaders on Tuesday and Thursday night, and then Saturday afternoon for the men and women. So lots of action at home this week. We'd also like to mention that this week the Student Athlete Advisory Committee will be accepting donations for Superstorm Sandy relief effort. If anybody would like to bring clothing, canned food, or other cleaning supplies that might be helpful down in the New York, New Jersey area, you can do so Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and those are much appreciated. Touching on a few things for the men's team real quickly. You mentioned Tayshawn Johnson, who's currently averaging 23.4 points per game. Not very shabby at all. He hit his 1,000th point back on Friday night against MCLA. Actually, a nice free throw to hit right on the mark there. Becomes the 9th player to do so. And congratulations to Tayshawn. He was also named to the Tri-State Shootout All-Tournament team, averaging 29 points and 11 rebounds across those 2 days. And I think we were talking about it the other day, Dave, that he reached 1,000 points in only 2 seasons prior to this season with the Mountaineers, and then in his 4th game this season. So that's pretty incredible when you consider how many games he actually played in order to reach that mark.
Yeah, this is a truly incredible mark, for Tay to be able to do this. He's a great player. He can score. When you talk about basketball players, there's certain guys who can just score the ball, and Tay can do it. And, like we talked about, is to do it in 3 years is truly amazing. It just means that as a freshman you could score. As a sophomore you can score. Those are tough years to be able to average, 15, 16 points to be able to do this, and he averaged plus that. And this year he's off to a great start, and he's being the leader that he needs to be for this team. So, he's definitely going to be someone that everyone has to put their eyes on and that they have to try to shut down, but he's still going to find a way to get his points. So, congrats to Tay, and truly a great accomplishment.
Absolutely, and I think Coach McDonough plans on doing a sort of recognition tomorrow night. That is Tuesday night here before the Elms game. So please come out and help congratulate Tayshawn on reaching that milestone. Before we sign off here quickly, Dave, I think we'll talk about the baseballed event. Yes, that's baseballed with a D at the end. It's an event that you guys are doing to help the St. Baldrick's Foundation and raise some money there for childhood cancer research.
Yeah, it's all of our guys are going to shave their head after our doubleheader against Becker College on April 6th, and each guy's trying to raise like about $100 a person and try to raise about $3,000 as a team, and all the money is going to go to St. Baldrick's, and it's a great thing to do as it helps these kids who have cancer and childhood cancer, and I'm really excited for it. I know our guys are really excited for it. Even yourself, you're going to join in and get your head shaved, so it's something that, like I said, can't be more happy that we're doing something to help out childhood cancer.
Yeah, I truly enjoy having my full head of hair, and looking at my grandparents. I think that it might not be with me as long as I would like it to be, But as you mentioned, or as you stated to me, if you care more about your hair than you do curing childhood cancer, then there's something wrong with that, and you have your priorities out of whack. So, more than willing to help out. And if anyone else would like to do so, they can sign up, right?
Yeah, anyone can sign up to have their head shaved, and if you don't want to have your head shaved, you can just donate. But like you said, we're opening up to the public for anyone to shave their head. All you got to do is jump on SVCathletics.com, and there's a story up there, and you can click on the link and just enter as a shavee. And April 6th, get your head shaved. So it'll be a fun little event. We're gonna have a barbecue afterwards. So, like I said, I couldn't be more happy that we have this opportunity to help these kids.
As Dave mentioned, donations can be given up through April 6th when they host Becker College for a doubleheader, and then shaving will take place right after the second game on that day. So to find more information or to sign up to be shaved or to donate, visit svcathletics.com. The story is probably getting down there in the more news section, but you can go over to the baseball section of the site and it should be right there on the front page. You can also contact Coach Gage for more information by calling 802-447-4662. Got to give a quick shout out to the West Coast and head coach Josh Stokes out there doing some recruiting. Nice to know that even away, people listen to the program. Well, we'd like to thank you very much for tuning in to SVC Sports Weekly. We hope to catch you again next week as we recap the first week of conference play for the men's and women's basketball teams. We'll catch you then. Go Mountaineers.